Why is it recording already? Huh. Or maybe I took his, I don't know, because I came in through the school's Zoom, but he'll let me know if he's having issues. So, Miss D, you want to start with the invocation?
Okay. This invocation is going to be it's a meditation and an invocation. Okay. So what I would request of you is to sit back, relax, get in a very comfortable position. And what I am going to do is lead you into a meditation to relax your mind, to get rid of it's so busy, it's all of this in your day and all the activities that we engage in. We want to just release all of that. We just want to be free right now. So I would do that. I would do my tuning forks, sounding boards, my bells, and whatever else the Spirit tells us to do. Simone has given me 15 minutes to do this, so y'all get ready. Are you ready? I would like for you to take a deep breath in, expanding your stomach. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe all the way in, filling up the lower part of your stomach. Breathe in all the way up to your chest, into your head. Now I would like for you to hold. Don't exhale. Hold that breath. And now exhale all the way out, releasing, letting go, just dispelling all energies not needed. Again, I want you to inhale through your nose, and this time I want you to inhale the light, the love, the glory of the Almighty God inside you as you. Inhale now, coming all the way up from your first chakra. Inhale through your second, your third, your fourth, your sixth chakra, and now your seventh. Hold there. Hold there in your crown. Hold your breath. And now relax, release, let go. Very gently, very gently. Just let everything go. All of God's love filling your atmosphere, filling your room, filling your earth. Yes, that's right. Now, one last time. Let's inhale the light, the glory of the Most High once again, coming in, filling your body, filling each chakras all the way up until your crown chakra. Hold it for a moment for me. Just hold it. Release. Gently release that now. And let go. And let go. Ooh. Breathe normally now. Feel your body relaxing. I'm going with the G note. Enjoy.
Misty, it's blocking it out. You may have to make it louder.
What's blocking it out?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. I think you have to make it louder.
Okay. Is that better, Simone?
I can't hear it, but I can feel it.
And relax. Let go. Okay. How you feeling?
Zen.
You're relaxed.
Relaxed.
Very good. Now I want to do a little of the tuning forks. I'm going to use the 174. The 174 is going to release a lot of trauma from your aura space. I want you to listen to it. Can y'all hear that, Simone?
Mm-hmm.
That's good?
Slightly. Mm-hmm.
Feel the vibration. Feel this 174 cleansing your aura, cleansing your space. Participate with it. Release. Let go. Let go. Release. Let go. And let go. Mm. Very good. I'm going to do something right now. You're not going to hear it, but you're going to feel it. I'm going to balance you to the universal atmosphere, 93.96 hertz. Just feel that vibration going through your body. Yeah, yeah. All over. All over. This one is for my caregivers and people who work with people. It's the 417 hertz. I'm going to brush you down. This is for attachments. This is for negative energy. This is for the nasty things you don't want on your body. Ah, just see it going all over your body. Cleansing, refreshing. Oh, Yeah, that's right. Let it go. This day is over with. Whatever you're thinking right now is what you're creating for tomorrow. What happened today is what you created yesterday. Let's create something wonderful now. I'm going to move to the 528. Everybody loves this 528. I do. This is DNA repair. Any holes in your aura, anything that should not be there, just cleanse it out. Even on your physical body. I think it was necessary that we did this order. Now, before I say the invocation, Simone, I want to do this. Now relax on that one. Take a deep breath on that one. How y'all doing? You're doing well. Okay. Now, just relax. I still want you to relax. I want you to see what I have here. I'm doing some crystal healing. Allow this energy, this frequency that I'm sending to you right now, enter into your body, cleansing, vibrating, rejuvenating, releasing anything that you don't need right now. Feel that energy right now coming all the way up your spine, all the way up. Feel that. See that light? See the presence? Yeah. Ingest. It's giving you exactly what you need right now. Very good. Most High God, Mother, Father, Creator of all perfect things, creative of us. I ask that this class, this institution, magnify itself 1,000-folds. I ask that you allow the Holy Spirit, the Most High God, to penetrate all of the leaders, all of the facilitators, and that when they have completed their job, the world would have changed. Father, I ask that you allow us to walk in our magnificence, to walk in our power, to walk in our glory, not for the ego's sake, to say, I am this, I am that, I did this, I did that. No, Lord. That's not the objective. The objective, dear Lord, is to allow us to walk into our contract that we signed before we got here. Allow us to be that person. Allow us to live in our spirit, connected to you as you. This old body that we got is just that. It has nothing to do with who we are. It's just a body. But we know our spirits. We know who we are. We know what we are called to do. The master ancestors are with us. The Holy Spirit is with us. Our master ascended ancestors are with us now. We call forth Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. And we evoke your presence in this session, in this institution, in these classes. Let us grow like wildflowers. Let us stay pure and clean. Let us be about our Father's business. Let us glorify you. Teach us what to say and how to say it, Lord. Let this class that Simone is teaching right now be the most magnificent class that she's ever taught in her life. And every class that we teach, let it be the most magnificent class that we ever taught in our life. Each class. Let us go down in history as our mentor, Dr. Fire has, in his glory, as ascended masters. We thank you. We thank you, Lord. We glorify your name. Let your will be done and not ours. And so it is. Ashe. Simone, ashe.
Ashe. Thanks. That was so beautiful. Now to relax to teach. I feel so cozy. But I like this space. So we're gonna get into it, guys. Are y'all ready? Ladies, actually.
Yes. I'm so excited.
So today is going to be more of an outline. It's going to be more of a refresher. Making sure we're all on the same page, because I know some people have had this, Misty, you've been to this with all the retreats and the master retreats. Chantel, you've had it. Tamiska, you're in my class, so I didn't teach it when I was graduating. And Angie B, I think you've had it. Have you had it? Did you do the master? Was I at your master retreat?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember writing your name. So that's how I keep track of like who's in the class. I write everybody's name. So I'm just gonna make sure everybody's on the same page. There's gonna be some review from intro. And then we're gonna get into the milk and cookies. That's not how that saying goes. The nook and crannies next week. Okay. So this is one book that I have. Y'all are not required to have it, but this is what it looks like. So there's sometimes I may go into this. If you have additional questions about a way of prayer for your type, then I can help you out and show you some pages from this. I don't use it that often, but I think it will be more so additional work. This is your required text, okay? The Wisdom of the Enneagram. I've had this book for a couple of years. It's not been a couple, it's been It's been a decade. I think I've had that book. I got it in 2007. So it's been 7 years since I got it. And I come back to it over and over again. But this work that we're doing with this,
Can you show that one again, please? I apologize.
it's in the Telegram. That's the link. The Wisdom of the Enneagram by Don Richard Russo. No, I put all their names together. Yeah, Don Richard Russo and Ross Hudson.
I got it on Amazon for $11.29. They're gonna deliver it out tomorrow.
Okay. Hey.
$11 and some change.
So this says it's on sale. I've never seen it for over $14, but it's worth every single penny. It's worth $30, to be honest.
It's 400 pages.
It's 400 pages, but every page is an insight. Okay. Especially the first. So we're going to focus more on the first chapter or the first section. Or it's like part 1, part 2, and part 3. And then, but part 3 is really the conclusion, but it's a lot of good stuff in part 3. So that's going to be our last class. We're going to have 4 classes, I believe. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to share my presentation with you guys. Optimize for video clip.
So Simone, as you're finding that, you said we got 4 classes?
Yeah, so we're
I
gonna.
love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see you guys. I don't like it that it doesn't let me see.
Ooh, I like this. Look what you have done. Do y'all see that?
Your
Can you put it on gallery?
gallery? Okay.
And then you could see us down the edge. Side by side gallery.
Where do you find gallery?
At the top of the Zoom on your right-hand side, it says view. And it's counting down the numbers or the time.
I don't even see that in the screen. I just see the screen I'm sharing.
Maybe do it before you share.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. And then you said go to gallery, view, immersive. I've never seen that before. It is on gallery.
Side by side view. Okay.
I love teamwork.
So, but when I go here and I share my screen, oh, here we go. Will that work? What is that?
That changed your background.
It puts you in a black background.
Let's try this one.
For me, Simone, whenever I share, okay, that's one way to do it. But for me, what I have to do is I'll share, but over the one square with someone's face on it, over that there's like 4 squares, 3 squares, 2 squares. You pick the one you want, and that way it'll be on top or on the side of the screen.
Oh, I see you guys. I just had to push show meeting.
Oh, okay. Go sit down.
I was a little panicky. I was like, I don't want to not see them. Okay. So you see my screen. So let's go to presentation mode. I'm going to be pretty informal. So I'm Simone.
It's small, Simone.
It is?
Yeah, I can't read that at all. I can only see you 2 times on the screen. You're at the top on my screen and you're in the middle of my screen next to your PowerPoint.
Well, that's silly.
Make the PowerPoint bigger so I can see, so we can see it. There you go. It's coming. There you are. We're on agenda now.
Okay. Okay, so let's see if I do this. Grid view, thumbnail view. I put it in presentation view. Do y'all see it in presentation view? Or you just see it the way?
You see you on one side and the presentation on the other, in the middle of the screen.
Okay, but it doesn't show it in presentation view.
No, but
Oh, now it does. Now it does. Now it does. Kind
Okay.
of
Well,
better.
I'm going to go in and out. So this is me. I'm Simone. I use my full name because people get it mixed up. Actually I don't like that. So I'll be informal and I'll just show it this way. Can't see you guys the other way. I'll figure it out someday. So we'll go into the next slide. There should be a different, oh, there we go, present. Do y'all see it or do y'all see audience something?
Audience something over it.
Okay, I'm gonna fix that. Stand by as we sort out technical difficulties.
Oh, we're all facilitators. Don't think we're not going to have these same problems.
Exactly.
So we're looking at you fix it. Teach us.
Okay, what do y'all see now? Is it a black screen?
We can see your notes and we can see a little bit of the presentation.
Okay,
It's real tiny though.
At the bottom.
I want to exit out of my notes once I figure out. Okay, well, I'll just, how do I exit out of my notes? Maybe I can minimize this.
I'm glad you're practicing on us.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yes, again, present, record, autoplay, presenter view. Don't show this message again. It's just for you. Oh, what do y'all see now?
You?
Okay. We're gonna, I think I got something here, guys. Share. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now I can see my notes and everything. Now I just have to find you guys again. Show meeting. There we go. All right. So the Enneagram and personality. Just hitting some high.
It's a black screen over it. Over your PowerPoint.
There's a black screen over my PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this, guys.
You're doing it. It's just taking
There.
you go.
I
The
can't.
agenda.
Y'all
Outline.
I got excited too soon. I couldn't see anything.
Here it is. We got it, Simone. And I'm just moving my screen to make it bigger. I'm good with that.
Yes.
Ego and its defenses.
Okay. So let's see if I can move it. All right.
Why? Let's get this party started. You know I gotta leave early.
I didn't mean I could I couldn't I didn't know if I can move it from there. But so the outline is going to be the ego and its defenses. I'm going to give you a cool graphic over that so you can see what ego defense mechanisms are. And if you see that, I want you guys to do this work for yourself first and then outwards. Because sometimes I teach my clients that's an ego defense mechanism, and then they go and point out all of their friends' ego defense mechanisms, and your friends don't like when you do that, so don't do that. But for you to see, okay, because when you see these, you can separate the ego from the essence, and that's the work that we're trying to do, is separate our own ego from our essence, so we know when we are doing what we're doing, and we also can relate to other people a lot better. Okay, especially our clients. Then we're going to go into an overview. Then we're going to go into the types. So I'm going to give you guys information for you to review over the week, and then the last one is going to be working with types. So it's a bunch of stuff in here. Personality. Does anyone want to read it?
Definition: the communication of characteristics or qualities that form an individual's distinctive character. Root word, persona, meaning mask. Jean describes persona as a complicated system between the individual consciousness and society.
So you described it. This is the mask we wear. It is the separation from our internal experience and our external experience. Earlier today, when y'all knew I was dealing with multiple people at multiple times, it was a clash of personas. It's like, in this way, I'm this person, this way, I'm this person, this way, I'm this person, all of them coming together. It was like, this is too much. Because I want to be like, go. It was like, I wanted to be mean, but I was like, that's not right. You've been doing all this work, being more zen. But I was like, get away. I don't know why you're here. So I wanted to look at this more so as the psychopathology as being the study of the suffering of the soul, and less about really when I was going through school. It's a bunch of mental, it was mentalism where you take the soul out of it, and then the Enneagram is basically about putting the soul back into the work that we're doing and seeing how we're disrupted by daily life. And we're going to go into how all these contributors of the Enneagram looked at the Enneagram a bit more too. Let's see. There's a noble truth that life is suffering, our Buddhist noble truth. We'll get more into that too, because we kind of hear life is suffering as like you have to suffer, and that's not the kind of suffering we're talking about. There's involuntary, there's voluntary suffering, but we're talking more so about intentional suffering, and we'll get deeper into that. Ego defense mechanisms are unconscious ways of protecting the ego from distressful experiences, thoughts, and feelings. But paradoxically, the more time we spend defending the ego, the less ego strength we actually have. Does that make sense?
Repeat that again. Yes. The more times we spend defending the ego, the less ego strength.
Mm-hmm.
So the more time we're trying to justify ourselves, the less power we have.
The less power
The
we
less
have.
strength.
Exactly. Yes. And so ego strength is, if you know someone who has a fragile, or when we say someone has a fragile sense of ego, it means that anything can disrupt their peace. I think I just said it right there. So basically, anything can disrupt their peace. And so they think of an ego defense mechanism as a exercise you're always doing. And as you continue to do it, you're not actually exposing yourself to the experiences of life. Okay. And I'll go into that more deeply right now once I find where my notes are. Okay.
And so in defending your ego, you're also disturbing your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight system. There's no other need to defend your ego unless you're in that state. Is that correct? Is that what we're saying?
Well, let's say more when it comes to the nervous system, if
Yeah, they
you
gotta work
are,
together. I'm thinking they have to work together, the
they do have
ego
to,
and the nervous system.
right. So at about our age, we should have a good amount of ego strength. Okay. Now let's say a child is going through something. You have to first build and ego. And that is the separation from you and your parents, you and the rest of the world. You want that so you don't have ego dissolution. If you see someone who doesn't have a pretty solid ego, they let other people make decisions for them. They're very dependent, things like that you may see. Ego dissolution is more so when you may see that in psychosis, where people lose track of time, space, who they are, their identity, and things like that. So you need an ego, but sometimes our ego gets out of hand.
Yeah.
So I know somewhere in my notes, I have.
So when our ego gets out of hand, then it messes with our central nervous system, our automatic nervous system. It messes with our nerves.
Well, you can have an experience, and the experience alone can mess with your nervous system. But
True. But the ego is what we're talking about.
But if someone says, like, let's say they don't have a lot of ego strength and they're used to using a defense mechanism, they can't like reparent themselves and ground themselves and say, I'm okay. Okay. So they will, once I pull this up, once I figure out, what are y'all looking at right now?
Half of the slide.
A black screen.
Okay. Once I figure out how to, oh, there we go. Copy. And then I'm going to stop sharing for a moment so I can pull this up. Okay. Because once we go into ego defense mechanisms, you'll know more of what this is.
I'm here just eating dinner, but when you said the ego, as you defend the ego mechanism, if you defend the ego, you lose strength. That makes sense to me, because when you're getting into a discussion or what we call an argument with people, as they defend their ego or their point per se, no matter what you say after a certain point, even if you agree with them, they can't hear you.
True.
And I'm thinking of it in a sense of when we confirm what the ego is telling us to do, we're allowing it to become stronger. And that's what we don't want it to do. We want it to be balanced. So it's like reinforcing what we're really trying to kind of more so balance in sense, instead of confirming so much of what the ego is telling us, even if it doesn't resonate, mainly when it doesn't resonate with the truth.
Right. And so you can say like it loses contact. A very simple way that I describe it is that you want an ego like you want your M&M to have a shell on it. Okay. But if your M&M has like a really thick shell, you're like, there's an abnormality here. This isn't good. This doesn't taste good. But also, if you don't have an ego, you're kind of like a naked nut just out there. Okay. So it gives you structure, but it's not, you don't be thick and cumbersome because it becomes other people's problems around you.
Ego can be offensive. Ego actually can save your life too.
Very much so. Because if there's a very traumatic situation happening, you may need to leave. You may need to dissociate. You have to have some defense mechanisms against the experience. Sometimes people's systems get overloaded and they can't defend themselves. And that we will call a mental breakdown or other things. I'm going to
freeze. It could be in the dorsal state of the nervous system. They can't move. Right. So they freeze.
Freeze. You know, that's a normal, if you notice how many times people freeze, that's almost a very normal reaction. But when it's no ego, out of body experiences, things like that, not that that's no ego, but it's when it's really traumatic, you'll have those out of body experiences, or people will not come back from a very distressing experience. So the
Can
more,
you talk,
go ahead.
can you talk a little bit about what you said about, was it no ego when people have less control of themselves or been taught not to have an ego or what have you?
When people don't have an ego, they will go with not they don't have a strong ego or a strong sense of self. They'll go with whatever is seen, whatever somebody else tells them to do, like a child, basically. If you've ever seen a child, there's before the age, like we learned with the model, before the age of 14 or 13, they're in a certain state that where was I going with this? They're in a certain state that they haven't fully formed their ego. So they're pre-egoic. So that's what happens when people don't have like a strong sense of self, or they don't have, their ego isn't strong enough.
So that makes sense for me, as in helping people with being out of high control religions. There's no sense of self because we were trained out of that. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, thank you.
I have been having issues pulling up the document that I wanted to show you guys, because sometimes I'll fall in love with an infographic and then it will get taken off of the internet. So this is what I want to give you guys. So I'm going to share my screen again, but it's a little bit blurry. And then we're going to go through this. And just for about 10 minutes, okay? Share here. Because the link that I put in my presentation took me somewhere completely different.
Ooh. I like that.
I'm trying to find you guys again. Oh, hold on.
Can we get that as a chart?
Once I find it and I have a good copy of it, I will send it to you guys. And I'm going to send you guys the whole thing. Not this after this course, but probably before next course or after the next course, okay? So you get all of this. It's called a wheel of defenses, but I'm going to break this down to you a little bit more. When I first saw this, I was like, what is this? And I saw this after I got my master's and I couldn't understand it. So it took me a while to understand it. So in the middle, which you can't really see, I'm going to blow it up a little bit more. In the middle, it says, what did you feel? And then in the very center, it says the real you. And as we know, the real us is the awareness, not the thinking, not the brain. Okay, not the emotion, it's the awareness. So here, there's grief, shame, rage, frustration, pain, alone, and terror. Am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then outside of here, it says primary defenses. Then a little bit further out, it says character roles. Then it says complex defenses, character type. What does that mean? The primary defenses, this is what I know very well, and they taught us about 16 of them. There's splitting, neediness, regression, somatization. Does anyone know what splitting is?
Split
I can take a
personality?
guess.
Is that
I
personality
can take a
disorder?
guess, right? That's what I was gonna say.
Yes. So splitting is split personality. Sometimes splitting is, you'll see it a lot in BP, borderline personality disorder. And it's when somebody like loves you very, very much, and then they hate you. This, you may also, I don't know if y'all experience this, but when I have PMS, there's a bit of myself, if you're ever with a man, that you're like, they there's a split that happens. So you're getting a different part of a person. So that it can range from that little bit of splitting to I think we should break up, even though you just stole my cheesecake today, to a big splitting where a person actually has hatred for you and does not want to do anything with you and has completely forgotten everything, every nice thing you've ever done for them. That's a big splitting. And then there's an even bigger splitting if you've seen the movie Split, where you develop a split personality disorder. Go with me?
Yes.
Love that movie. One of my favorite movies.
I like
I
to
have not seen that.
You gotta watch it. I love to say that was Patricia when I don't want to own up to what I've done.
My favorite is Hoodwink. I love Hoodwink. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dance. Okay.
So yeah, so it's a person who has a split. It's about a man who has a split personality disorder, but he has a couple. Okay, so little defense mechanism, big defense mechanism, and you can see they happen on a spectrum. Now, I'm not going to go out there. So let's say neediness, we know what that is, right? Regression, do y'all know what that is? Anybody?
Like going back to a formal time or a formal timeline, maybe as you were younger and you're an adult and you'll regress back to that traumatized child and it will manifest in your current adult experience, kind of like you really put on those emotions right now in that moment.
Mm, yeah, we can see this in children when they get a younger sibling. They're like, I want to suck my thumb, or I don't want to, I'm not potty trained, even though you know you potty trained them. And you can also see this with, I did this earlier. I was like, where's my mother? I do not want to be around the strange man.
Oh,
But it's when let's say a bigger one can be when we're triggered and we do go back to those negative states, or like a what are they called, maladaptive family patterns.
maladoptive family patterns.
Mm.
Well, that's big, Simone. What are you saying?
So the way you adapted poorly because that's how your family taught you to do it.
For adopted parents?
No,
Maladopted. Oh, you're talking the personality.
yeah, not adapted,
Maladopted?
not adopted, adaptive. So the way
Adapt. Oh,
yeah.
now I got you.
Okay.
I was trying to figure that other one out. It didn't work. Thank you.
Yeah, no adoption.
Adapted. Okay,
Yeah.
adapted.
Right?
Thank you. I'm
So
sorry, y'all.
it's okay. So somatization is let's see. Missy, when people develop a disease because of stress, right? So it's not physical. It didn't start as physical, but it can turn into a physical thing.
So would that be kind of in a sense of some of these hypochondriac kind of behaviors maybe, or always feeling like there's something wrong and their body is manifesting the signs of it, but it really has no scientific kind of reason for it. It's like you got a clean bill of health, but yet we do see this, but it's like a somatic response, I guess.
Yes, exactly. So there's repression. That's type 1. When we get into the types, repression and suppression is what the type 1 is known for, which is just pushing down of emotions. I'm going to go to this other side of the wheel. Blaming, denial is also, we know what those are. Let's see if there's any ones. Omnipotence. You ever feel like known somebody and they feel like they can do all things?
Narcissistic?
Mhm. Yeah. Omnipotence. Fantasizing can be one. Let's look at emulation, passive aggression. That's when we act like the person. Some people, they act like the person that's stressing them out, like copying them, jealousy, things like that. Or also when just a child does this, they'll identify with something, with a parent, not something. Let's see. Dissociation and rationalization is one. I deal a lot with rationalization with like Gemini clients and Aquarius clients. They will explain something before they actually feel it. And it's like, I need you to feel this. Okay. But
What is it? Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, what is it when you have that defense mechanism to not feel? You want to logically explain everything as opposed to really connecting with how that made you feel. Because sometimes I've been in situations where that has been the case, and I'm like, ooh, what is that?
That's a really good question. That would be repression or suppression.
Okay.
Let me see.
Repression or suppression. It would not, would that be like disconnected from reality, or you say
Well, these are
repression?
all ways that we disconnect from reality.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it gets deeper. Disconnected from reality. Then it becomes repression, suppression.
These are just the terms, right? And if you
I
can
love it because you're teaching me some stuff I don't know, Simone. Okay. And I'm loving it because I'm looking at it as a storybook in my head.
I'm with you, Mama D. This is good stuff already.
Yes.
I'm glad you like it. Okay. So I'm going to zoom
You're
out a
going
little.
deep.
Yeah.
You're going deep.
This is the surface. So
Look, we are here like, whoa, hold on. We're trying to even keep our head above water already. Look.
Yes.
This is a lot of words, but the Enneagram, the reason why I love the Enneagram is because you're going to see all of it in a different light. And it'll probably make more sense spiritually when you see it in that light and when you see it for yourself. When you see it for yourself, that's when you're doing the work. If you see it for other people, and I'll be guilty of this. The first time I got the Enneagram, I was like, I'm going to type everybody around me. And that's not what I was supposed to do. Okay. So I want to get, it's not a theory, but this is what I believe. And maybe it's my theory. Maybe it's everybody's theory, but I think it's a good theory. I don't know what that is. So what is not an ego defense mechanism is good enough parenting. You see this over here in yellow?
Ego defense mechanism.
Go with me. Y'all looking at the graphic?
Yes.
This guy have
Right
enough.
here. Happy
It says
child.
love, happy child. Joy.
Joy.
Yes. I can't really see that one. Let me look.
Oh, well, you said them all. And
Okay.
so it's how did you protect yourself? Because defenses is why we think we need to protect ourselves. And then when you don't protect yourselves, you parent yourself. They're like, this is good enough. This experience is enough. I am enough. This is good enough. You're not using a defense mechanism to disconnect from reality. You're taking reality in as we say everything is perfect. And if it's not, I have misaligned my values somewhere. So
I remember that. I forgot the second part.
I misaligned my values somewhere. So yeah, so that leads to happy children, leads to joy and love. Okay, that's how you cope. The Enneagram is a bit Oscar Chizo or Claudio. I can't remember which book I'm reading, but I'll send it to you later. I'll put that one in the chat. But he calls the Enneagram types a distortion of love.
Mm.
Okay? Keep that in mind. I really want y'all to hold on to that. So as you see, as we go out here, the more you use the ego defense mechanism, then it turns into a character. It doesn't turn into a defense, a weapon, right? A shield, but now it's a character. Now this is the uniform that you're wearing all the time. All right. So if you're always passive aggressive, peacemaker. And that's actually type 9, and they're quite passive aggressive. No offense to anybody, because I have my own type, and y'all see I have my own distortions too. But passive aggression, peacemaker, undoing, and they can be masochistic. And masochistic means they're taking punishment. Go with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the defense mechanism turns into a character, turns into a complex defense mechanism, then it turns into a disorder. And
The
on that,
martyr. The martyr. The one
martyr.
who, yes. Correct?
I think that's one of them here. Let's see, the scapegoat, peacemaker, enabler. Oh, it doesn't say the martyr, but yeah, that can be masochism too. The martyr, the little parent, the perfect one, good girl, good boy, enabler. All of those are character roles of dysfunction. And then out here we have oral, rigid, masochism, schizoid. That would be, I'll say I love a dissociation. That's what y'all probably hear me say. I dissociate quite a bit. If I don't want to be somewhere, I'm out. But if I do that too much, I can, you know, everybody can catch a disorder. But I think I'm good for now.
That's a disorder. I like that.
Safely, Simone.
Look, they
I got a
throwing
lot of
them out
disorders. How many can we have safely?
Yeah, look, they throw them out there. What you want to catch?
Yes.
One thing I found very interesting is that when I was working with clients with schizophrenia, is that they were all a bit narcissistic. Not all of them, but a couple of them were quite narcissistic, and they had personality disorders. And I was like, why didn't nobody teach me this? That these people were going to have personality disorders. I thought they were just going to be having delusions or hallucinations, but it's actually, they have these very strong personality disorders. That I don't know why they weren't talked about more often, but maybe I need to research that. There's probably something out there, but again, like we said, weak ego.
Ooh, Simone.
Oh.
Simone.
Mhm.
What about entities? What about entities encroaching upon your personality? What about you don't have all these illness. You are very receptive to other unseen entities. How about different dimensions? Okay. We now have the abilities, and they've had it before we got it, to go into different dimensions, and it makes it seems like we're crazy or they're crazy. That's big.
That is big. Misty, let's put that somewhere. Okay, so now we have to have a class on entities. And I
We're
would
doing intellectual stuff now, aren't we? Not spirituality stuff.
It all goes hand in hand, though.
It does, because you made a really good point, is that because, with people with, I gotta get my charger. Hey, hold on, let me finish this thought. People with, maybe the ego is connected to auras too, right? And the more weakened our auras are, the easier it is for penetration, because we are all susceptible to other energies when our auras are weak. And a weak ego will be a weak aura.
Say that again.
A weak
You
ego
said
would
the ego would be a weak, what did you say about a weak aura? But
a
ego and
weak
weak aura. Tell me
a
that
weak
again.
ego will
Uh-huh.
make a weak aura because they're consistently stressed. And then that goes back to your
Mhm.
nervous system.
Got you. Okay.
All right. So thank
I'm
you.
online. I'm online now. Thank you. I
Thank
had
you.
to digest that.
I had to digest that. You just brought that to my attention and put that together for me. But let's take a small, tiny break. I have to use the bathroom and I have to get my
Oh
charger.
my God, Simone, you got me all hyped up. It's like an orgasm going on here.
Hey, keep us connected.
Expansion,
I'm with you, Mama
expansion,
D. I'm with you.
expansion. I'm gonna break
Yes,
you.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it. I
these
didn't
work.
think it was going to be like this.
Me either.
She did good. Girl, we got to make our classes as good.
That part for real. I'm gonna be right back.
Me too. I'm going to take a potty break too. I done disconnected y'all.
No, you didn't. You're here.
Hey, yeah, hey, who are y'all still here? Tell me how to
You're
get back
still
to
there.
you.
You're still there. I just don't see your face. Just go ahead and do what you need to do. You're
I'm
good. You're
trying to
still here.
figure it out, but I gotta get back to y'all.
Just hit the screen button. Go to the bottom and hit the camera button. You hit the camera button. Your mute button is off. I mean, you're
Close all. Oh, okay.
don't close all. Just go back to your mute. Oh, you just closed everything.
Okay, I'm back.
Everybody else took a break too, so give us a second.
Okay. I was about to float. Let's see if I can find a plug.
I'm back. I'm back, y'all.
I see
Hello.
you.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, now I'm gonna go away.
Where's she? Okay, she went away.
I'm still here though. I can hear you.
So I said do y'all want to go to 8:30 or do y'all want to go to 9?
I prefer 8:30 personally, but I'm flexible.
Okay.
You know, I got an appointment tonight, Simone.
Oh yeah, you do.
I
So
gotta
let's
change my
close up.
mentality from here to Enneagram to hypnosis therapy.
Okay. So we're gonna close up there. I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna send you that crappy graphic, but hopefully I find the good graphic. I know I have it printed out somewhere, but I gotta start saving my actual computer instead of just going by links. So what I want,
8:30 is good for me too,
okay.
just because.
So let's go here.
I get that.
So when you get the book, you can have their test in the book, okay? What I want you guys to do is to read the first chapter. Skim through the first chapter, okay? And if y'all want, we can break up the first chapter into sections.
How many pages in the first chapters? You're talking like it's a lot.
It's
First,
the first chapter, or the first part, chapter 1. Ooh, it's 37.
there are only 37 pages?
Not
No.
bad for a week's read.
Yeah, that's chapter 1.
I can do that.
But I wanted to get all the way through part 1. So let's split it up. I don't want y'all to read all of that at
And
one time.
Simone, I'm
Yeah.
saying this because I don't want to forget to say this. And I know where you at, so I don't want to distract you from what you're doing. I have no idea what the classes, the time for these 4 classes, and one on Saturday. I need more clarity when I need to show up.
Okay. It's every
Okay.
Thursday. Me and Chantel.
But it's only 4 classes, so we're talking about 1 month every Thursday.
No. It's only going to be 4 of mine and 4 of hers.
We're alternating. We're splitting the 9 weeks or the 8 weeks. So
Wait a minute.
Simone's gonna do one Thursday. Next Thursday will be my introductory class. So we'll have, and then we'll come back to Simone the 3rd week, come back to me the 4th week.
Damn. So y'all saying I gotta split my mind up between 2 different classes? I'm bipolar now, okay?
Look, if you claim it as a strength, that's good.
No, that's a joke. I am not bipolar. I got my shit together, okay? God lives inside of me. I walk with him. He walks with me. But damn.
Look, it's just like taking 2 classes and then 2 separate classes. You know, we did that during Transpersonal Psychology 1 and 2, and then we were in Alchemy, some of us. So we were
not like that, because 1 and 2 separately held me back. I was in 2. I wanted to go further, and then we were going back. Now, what's your class going to be on?
It's going to be about.
Steve, let me close up.
Sorry.
What? Close up for what?
The class. You told me I got till 8:30.
What we're doing, because I need to know.
Okay.
It's our class. This is direction. My mind ain't computing. I just need to know.
You won't have to worry about
every other day we're doing this. So next week we're gonna be doing herbs.
Yes, we're gonna be doing the culture of plant medicine, and also where it comes from, how we utilize it, and how it helps us protect our ego in a healthy, balanced way.
Girl, you better have your shit together after Simone did her stuff, okay?
It all overlaps.
I would hate to follow Simone's class at this point.
Okay.
I'm glad there ain't nobody but us on this phone, on this line.
Okay, well, all right, y'all go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'll go ahead. I just let me know when. All right.
Are you going to do a class?
I'm in the class right now.
You're not doing
it.
You're not facilitating the class.
No, it's just us 3. It's just 3 of us. What'd you say to this?
Okay.
Okay, that's okay. So we just let me know when we meet next, okay?
Okay. We'll see you guys Saturday. All right.
This Saturday coming up?
Yes. So
what time?
11. That's going to be Roz's class, Dr. Roz's class. Okay.
Oh, Saturday at 11 a.m.
Yes. So
in a way that we can get this information out better, because I had to call out Peter, tell about this class. She's not gonna know about Saturday class. We got another class.
All in Telegram, Mama D.
I'm not on that stuff.
But
I'm not on the Telegram. I read it, I downloaded it, but it didn't come to me.
But now you're being